The Story Hive is a pretty small company of about a dozen people who work together to make advertisements and presentations for companies. The Story Hive may be small, but it's a very successful business. They make lots of ads for major companies. They've worked for Academy and the Museum of Fine Arts locally, as well as Shell, Aramco, and Waste Management far off. Before I came here, I didn't know anything about using Adobe Premiere. I'd had experience with editing software Final Cut Pro by Apple. Needless to say, it took a little while to catch on for how to use Adobe Premiere. But once I caught on, I managed to quickly get pretty decent, made a couple of short videos. One example of one thing I made was a combination between forklifts, driving, and Mario Kart. Strange combination, but I managed to make a pretty good first video off of it. It was my first video that I made here, and also it was my first video with Adobe Premiere. As an intern here at the Story Hive, I would say that I was definitely surprised by the work they had me do. I expected to mostly be learning bits and pieces about the film industry and helping out with small jobs around the office. But I ended up getting to help out with like full-blown production and everything. On scouting trips, my job was to take lots of photos, so that way the people back at the office knew what the lighting was like and what to pack. For example, the Museum of Natural Science had an energy exhibit and it was really dark. If they'd brought equipment that was meant for normal room lighting, like in here, they wouldn't have been prepared whatsoever. And I just made sure I got a lot of video, and it was still really cool. I got to go to a museum exhibit for free. One cool thing we got to do is we got to try out the drone. It's a very nice drone, and it can be flown up to a mile away from the remote. We, however, weren't actually filming anything. We were just trying to drain the battery, so we had a little bit of fun.
Thank you so much for your time here.
You took initiative, you learned, you got to see general work here at the Story Hive.
Thanks, Wilson, for being one of our interns. Actually, I want to say that we've had a few interns, and this is our best set of interns ever.
I'm trying to think of like a special moment because we had a lot.